Hello, seniors and senior parents. I'm Dave Goodwin, principal here at South Kitsap High School. Class of 2021, we're really excited for you. I know this isn't the way that we wanted to start off your senior year, but we're going to make the best of it. And tonight is an exciting first step to talk about your future. We're going to be looking at pathways for careers, for colleges, for the military, and you have a great team that's going to be leading you through this. We're going to have Janice Mersich, assistant principal, with you, Nick Lyon, counselor, Ashley Caston, counselor, and we're going to have Susie Nass, our career counselor. And so you have a great team that will be helping you along the way. Any questions, don't ever hesitate to let us know. We're here for you. Thank you.
Welcome, class of 2021 and senior families. We've worked really hard for the past 3 years to get to where we are today. It's important we stay focused on our goal of on-time graduation and readiness for post-high school. Your team is here to support you. Ms. Caston, Mr. Lyon, Ms. Tammy Lester-Dane, Dean of Students, who will be reaching out to families regarding on-time attendance, as well as any incompletes that may have happened along the way. We're here to support you. Communication is key, and there will be weekly guardian summaries from the grade level Google Classroom, which will come out on Fridays, as well as a monthly senior newsletter, which will begin in October. In that newsletter will be information about test dates regarding SAT as well as ASVAB, college visits. There will be a link to the high school and beyond plan and information and dates as events unfold over the year. So stay in communication, stay focused. We can do this, class of 2021. I'm going to toss it over to Ms. Caston.
Hi everyone, thanks for joining us this evening. We are excited to give you some information on what you may need to complete this year to graduate.
We will also be discussing your future and what steps we need to be taking to prepare for it.
Also, with that said, I'm sure you will have questions and wonder how you can ask them since this is a pre-recorded video.
Our solution to that is to do 4 breakout sessions starting next week. Monday will be for those that want more information on entering the workforce right after high school. Tuesday will be our follow-up for questions about graduation requirements. Wednesday, it's all about the 2-year and 4-year college universities. And Thursday, we'll be discussing our military options.
That's right. For career night, we will discuss resumes and interviews. Tuesday is all about questions you may have for graduation. Wednesday, we will be discussing in detail navigating the FAFSA, student loans, and scholarships. And Thursday, we will have some former students talk about their path to the military.
That's awesome. We were able to get some former students to talk about their personal experiences. What's the plan for today's video?
Well, we're going to talk about some graduation requirements, high school and beyond plan, Washington State history, and post-high school plans. So let's go ahead and get started. Talking about graduation requirements, what do the seniors need?
As you can see here, seniors need to have 30 or more credits to graduate. 3 of them in math, 3 in science, 3 in social studies, 4 in language arts, 2 world languages, and 2 PEs, which includes health. Also, students will need to finish their high school and beyond plan, Washington State history, and pass the Smarter Balance or have completed an alternative pathway.
Okay, so there are some requirements there that I'm sure many of you don't know about. Can you explain the personal pathway?
Sure. So the personal pathway is an alternate to both years of world language and 1 year of art. Instead of those subjects, you can take classes that pertain to your future. We will fill out a personal pathway form together, and you're good to go.
Great. Can you tell us more about the high school and beyond plan?
Sure. This is something new for the graduating class of 2021. All students must log on to HelloID, go onto Zello, and complete their high school and beyond plan. There are about 15 to 20 lessons about your future and helping you narrow down what you want to do or where you may want to go. They do take roughly 15 to 20 minutes. Don't let the 30 to 40 minutes fool you. They don't take that long. But they're about 15 to 20-minute assessments, so make sure you start on it sooner than later.
As many of you know, we talked about this during your junior and senior year registration, mentioned it on WTV, as well as in our Google Classroom, but we still don't have a high completion rate. So please don't wait until the last minute. It's supposed to help with the decision-making process, so now is a good time to be working on it. Mr. Lyon, the last graduation requirement you mentioned was the Smarter Balance requirements. What happens if students have not passed the English or math with a 3 or 4 yet?
So there are a few options. First is the Bridge to College Math or English that many of you are probably already in. Those classes are intended to give a student credit for the Smarter Balance pending successful completion. Another common one we have used is CTE Sequence. Students who complete 2 years and have approved sequence in the CTE program can also earn Smarter Balance credit. Other options, as you can see, are dual credit in English and or math, so like taking those respective courses at Olympic College. You can also earn a 3 or higher on your AP exams or a 4 or higher on your IB exams. SAT, ACT, and ASVAB test scores could also meet the requirements.
Okay, so there are many options. As your counselors, please talk to us if you're worried about these requirements.
Hey, Mrs. Nass, can you jump on in and talk about some of your world down there at the Career Center?
Yes, thanks you two. First off, I'd like to say hi and introduce myself as your new career counselor. I've been teaching at South Kitsap High School in the Family Consumer Science Department for 26 years and was able to move over as career counselor when Mr. Reichel moved away. The first thing I wanted to point out was that it's your Futures Fair. I'm coming October 15th. Since we have to be virtual, there'll be a slide deck on Google Classroom that you can look through when you have the time and check out different colleges and careers and the military branches.
Wow, that sounds great. I'm glad we're doing our best to continue this year. Speaking of trying to continue things during these remote times, are there any updates on apprenticeships we've done in years past?
Well, PSNS is putting their program on hold for this year due to COVID, and they're revamping it to make it even better for students. There are other opportunities, though. You can check back on the Google Classroom page as we find out information about new opportunities. We'll post them there. There's also some posts on the Career Center webpage that you can check out now for information. Boeing will have some opportunities that are coming up, and again, I'll post those to the Google Classroom.
That's a bummer, but it does make sense. So are we still going to have college visitations like last year? Some of those were pretty informative, especially with school-specific scholarships.
Yes, we are absolutely going to continue with college visits. It's obviously going to look a little different. They're going to be virtual through Zooms. You can look at the link on the Google webpage where it lists the dates and times and which college and military branch are visiting with us, and then there'll be a Zoom link. Please pay attention to the ones that you need to pre-register for, and remember that they're during learning support times. You're still responsible for the work that you missed, and you should let your teacher know that you'll be attending those virtual Zoom meetings with your college reps. But definitely check those out because they'll help you out a lot.
So for those that are more interested in just joining the workforce right after high school, what is your recommendation for preparing for those applications and interviews?
Yeah, the first step would be to create a resume. Word has great templates that you can use where you just type in your information and it'll format it for you. You're welcome to send it to me and I can take a look and give you feedback.
Mrs. Nass, I could help with that as well. I have managed restaurants for 8 years prior to this, and I have seen my fair share of great resumes and subpar resumes. So please, let Mrs. Nass or myself help you out with that process.
Mrs. Nass, I know we have some future military kids out there. Do we have information on ASVAB testing?
As of right now, I don't have too much information on the ASVAB. I was recently told that we can't host it here November 12th due to the COVID restrictions. So I'm working with the National Army Guard to come up with an alternative for students. So check out the Google Classroom page and the Career Center's website for more information.
I know the High School and Beyond plan helps with some guidance, but in your words, what should students interested in pursuing a degree be working on right now?
They should use the High School and Beyond plan to match their degree interests with colleges or universities. Once you complete that, you could go to the college or university's website to look at a virtual tour or to get more information, but you can also see if we have a virtual Zoom meeting scheduled with one of those places that you're interested in. You could also schedule an appointment with one of the college reps through their website. Also, consider completing your FAFSA. It really is important, and don't rule yourself out from getting any financial aid. It opens October 1st, and before you can do that, you should have your FSA ID, which is your Federal Student Aid ID number, and that acts as your electronic signature. So again, the Google Classroom site, which I know I keep referring to, but that has lots of information on how to go and find that and complete that document, but you could also check out the Career Center's webpage.
Parents, this is such a big topic. We could talk about it all night. Tonight was meant to be a crash introduction into future options. Please make sure to join us next week for our college night to get a more in-depth look and more information. In fact, for any of the breakout sessions, please have your students log into Google Classroom and under Assignments, ask us questions you may have during individual breakout sessions so we can answer them. Mrs. Nass, do you have anything else?
Nope, I think that covers a lot. I am very excited for this new opportunity to work with you guys, so you can schedule appointments with me or email me if you have any questions or you just need some help completing something. I'm here to help.
Thank you, Mrs. Nass, for joining us. That's all we have for you today. We look forward to providing more information and answering your questions next week. Have a great evening, SK.